I thought I'd seen everything in battle until humanity showed its power. I had fought for 2 centuries. My scales bore the scars of sieges, my mind carried the weight of campaigns across half the spiral arm. I had seen fleets burn entire atmospheres, armies clash for decades, worlds stripped bare in attritional hunger. I thought I had seen everything war could show me. Then came humanity. 1. The Veteran's Lens. My name is Calreth, General of the Saurai Dominion. War had been my life. When the Concord finally dragged our people into peace, I felt both relief and loss. A soldier without battles is a blade without a wielder. So when the Creel Empire surged across the border, I was summoned once more. Old blood stirred. Finally, another campaign. Finally, another chance to prove myself. The Concord formed a coalition. Dozens of species pledged fleets and armies. The humans, newcomers, diplomats by reputation, offered assistance. Many laughed. What could a people so young, so peaceful, know of war? I laughed as well. I wish I had not. 2. First contact with fire. The Creel struck Argenis Prime, a dual world of crystal towers. Our fleets met them above the skies. The battle raged for 2 cycles. I commanded the Dominion's wings, weaving maneuvers I had perfected over lifetimes. Losses mounted, but we held. Then the humans arrived. Their ships were unimpressive, boxy, utilitarian, lacking the elegance of Saurai hulls or the grandeur of Concord dreadnoughts. We assumed they would take reserve positions. Instead, they dove headlong into Creel lines. At first, I thought them reckless. Their vessels slammed point-blank into enemy formations, unleashing broadsides at ranges so close shields blistered from the heat of impact. Human marines boarded Creel ships with brutal efficiency. Communications filled with human laughter, curses, songs, utter chaos. But the Creel line shattered. What I mistook for recklessness was strategy honed in 1,000 forgotten wars. 3. Groundfall. The Creel landed legions on Argenis. Streets turned to slaughter fields. I led Dominion troops through narrow alleys, grinding block by block. It was war as I had always known it, slow, bloody, methodical. Then I witnessed the humans. They moved in small packs, never still, never predictable. One moment they fought with rifles, the next with knives, the next with their bare hands. They turned rubble into fortresses, ruins into traps. They carried wounded comrades through fire without hesitation, screaming battle cries as if madness itself fueled them. I once saw a human, separated from his unit, ambushed by a Creel hunting pack. He should have died. Instead, he roared, charged into them, and killed 6 with a broken weapon and his teeth. His body finally fell, but the Creel scattered, convinced they had fought a demon. 4. What the night brings. We Saurai do not fight at night. Our eyes strain, our reflexes dull. Most species are the same. Humans, however, thrive in darkness. On Argenis, when the suns fell, we huddled in defensive positions. The Creel prowled, expecting us vulnerable. Then the screams began. Humans hunted in the shadows. They used light and sound like claws, disorienting their foes. Gunfire echoed from everywhere and nowhere. Creel patrols vanished into alleys, never to return. Bodies were discovered strung up as warnings. When dawn rose, human units returned, grinning, exhausted, but alive. Night raids, they called it casually, as though it were tradition. I realized then, for them, war was not interruption of peace. War was the state they had been forged for. 5. The weapon of will. Battles are not only flesh and steel, they are will. I had seen mighty armies break because their spirits faltered. The humans understood this better than any species I had known. They used fear like fire. They broadcast messages into Creel lines, mocking them, daring them, promising horrors yet to come. They feigned retreats only to encircle, staged ambushes only to vanish, sowing paranoia until Creel soldiers shot at shadows. But it was not only the enemy they affected. Their allies, too, were transformed. Beside humans, fear became fury. Their courage spread like contagion. I watched weary Sauri soldiers, inspired by human defiance, rise again and charge when moments before they had collapsed. It was not merely power of arms. It was power of spirit. 6. The turning tide. The campaign dragged for cycles. The Creel refused to yield. But humanity did not tire. Where others rotated units to rest, humans demanded to push forward. Where supplies dwindled, humans foraged, improvised, endured. I saw them drink from rivers that would sicken most species, eat creatures raw when rations failed. They adapted as though survival was instinct deeper than thought. When the final offensive came, humans spearheaded the assault. I marched behind them, witnessing war as I had never conceived it. Explosives strapped to bodies, charges into certain death, relentless pursuit until the Creel line collapsed entirely. I, Calreth, veteran of centuries, who thought I had seen all battle could show, stood humbled. 7. Aftermath. The Creel surrendered. Their banners burned, their fleets shattered, their armies broken not by numbers but by terror. In the Concord chamber, humans stood to speak. They wore diplomatic robes, spoke gently, as though the blood of thousands did not stain their hands. They called for peace, for treaties, for rebuilding. And every delegate listened. Not because of their words, but because of what we had seen when those words failed. 8. The final reflection. I believed I understood war. I thought I knew its depths, its cruelties, its limits. Then I fought beside humanity. I learned that war is not destruction alone. It is creativity twisted to survival, spirit forged into steel, madness given purpose. I learned that humans did not merely fight battles, they became them. And I knew then, the galaxy had not seen everything. Not until it saw humanity unleashed.